Hey guys, this is Samcraft. What's going on? Welcome to another fight in the StarCraft Brood War universe. We're going to be having Stork versus Royal as part of the LadderNet series. May I remind you, this series is where players battling each other for fun. There's no money involved there, no women, drugs or sex or whatever. Just some passing of time here because StarCraft is kind of like an addiction to almost, right? These guys cannot get enough of it, and neither can we. So this is why we're here. The map is Litmus. Let me just quickly show you. This is where the map is. Royal located at the top right, and Stork located at the bottom right. These two players are very interesting. Royal is not really, in the scene anymore. I mean, he won one of his ASLs a long, long time ago, and that was that. But, since then, he's been kind of in the top 20-ish, never in the top 10. And, of course, he's got his dog, and they chill and whatnot. But, beside that, his professional StarCraft skill is actually not very high. Do I have his player card? I think I may have an older player card. Let me just quickly check. Royal family. This is his player card. Where do I see this? Here it is. So Kim Ji-sung is his name, and born in 1995. His other alias is Sorry. He's been in 11 ASL. He's won his first ever and only ASL in season 14. And you see his ELO scores is in the top 20. You need about 1300 to start to consistently break into the top 10. And you need about 1200 to consistently break into the top 20. So I guess Royal is in the top 20 at some point. Most of the time in his career. So that's that. I won't show you Stork's information. I think you already know it from my various previous casts. Alright, looks like on Litmus, Stork is gonna go with a gateway opening, and this SCV will arrive soon. So let me just quickly show you the map stats, because this map is very, very imbalanced. As you can see, it is the worst possible map for Protoss at 59.6% win rate for Terran. So that's a little bit sad. But anyways, we're going to be seeing an expansion now coming down from Royal. At the top side of the screen, Stork is one of my favorite players. He is very, very smart. He doesn't play so quickly. He's, if you see it right now, his APM is very, very high, but it will drop down significantly once the game gets heated up. So that is that. And Royal, what is his signature? I guess he does a bit of everything. He does some vulture harassments. His army control is alright. He does make some smart moves sometime. He's not one of those players who just play on a whim, right? He is very, very much calculated. And he does go for some sick attacks at the right timing and, in anticipation of what the enemy has gone at that point in time. So that's that. Very, very fun activity happening here between the probe and the SCV. I think the SCV might be able to make it home. There are some Marines waiting already. So it's going to be quite hard for Stork to actually kill this SCV. Behind this, we are seeing the Dragoon coming out. But Stork is playing a little bit safe. As you can see, he's expanding very slowly. And Royal would have taken this expansion much earlier. SCVs will get transferred very soon. Gas is being mined. The second factory will come out. Excuse me, not the second. The first factory will come out. So I guess it's going to be the moment for me to start to thank some of my fans who have supported me in the last 30 days. You are the reasons that I am alive. So I'll just quickly show you your faces and your names. So first of all, Mr. McDonald, thank you very much for your support. You are the last person who bought me coffee. Very good. Very good. Are you excited for the upcoming ASL? Season 20 semi-finals. Mr. Peter from Poland and his brother. What are you guys doing in Europe these days? Are you following the political news, the arena? Are you following the Nobel Prizes? Who do you support winning the Nobel Prizes in the various fields, especially with peace? Next, Mr. Sea Goblin, as usual. You are the light of my life. Right? But you have not left a lot of comments recently, so that's what's happening with these Dragoons. Okay, finally Dragoon range kicks in. It's like, what? What are they just standing there and doing nothing, staring into the bunker for? Mr. Sullivan from Poland as well. Very, very nice to have you. Thanks for the email. Mr. Horji MM from Peru. I need your email. I need your Gmail address. Go ahead and send me a Gmail address, please. My email is at namcraft@vn@gmail.com. Send me a note or leave me a comment with your Gmail address. I need it. Mr. Bobby Fisher, I don't know where you're from. I'm just gonna assume you're from America, because okay, that's my friend. Who the hell would have the name Fisher, right? It's a Jewish name, isn't it? Um, and the last person is going to be Mr. Chend. Mr. Chend. Amazing person from Taiwan. He loves carriers. He loves carrier. He said I should change his avatar to carrier photo at some point in the future. I think that's about it. We also have Mr. VIP person, but actually technically I should not mention him because this is only reserved for people who have supported in the last 30 days. But Mr. Thomas is always a VIP. He doesn't actually deadline doesn't apply to him, guys. Oh, what's happening? Sorry. So that's it. So if you enjoy this Cast4, you can always make it a little bit better by buying me coffee. The link to that is always in the video description. You can use your Zelle account. If you're in the US, you can use your Revolut account. If you're in the European continent, otherwise just use PayPal and credit card. Credit card always works. So that's that. Let's move these things away. And Royo coming out with 3 tanks, and inside of his main base, he's got double factory, spinning with a lot of upgrades. This is Vulture Speed and Vulture Mine. Stock is getting ready. He has expanded. Where's the Shadow? I can hear it loading something up, and we're going to be waiting for the Reaver. There's a Reaver. Stock is taking a Weather Saber, but before that, Royo is going to push forward. Let's see how badly damaged are these Dragoons, but I guess Stock is able to save most of his forces, and Royo leaves the area with 2 Vultures. There's the Shadow coming across the map. There might be a chance for Royo to bust into these areas. Here, this base will be covered with the supply depot, pylon, and this Reaver building. So that's fine for the time being. Flash has got some forces waiting in anticipation. He doesn't have enough turrets to cover this area. Who will see the Shadow coming through. And there's a turret. What is Stock thinking? He's gonna take 2 hits. 2 hits is way too many, and Stock's gonna have to back up. Where these vultures go? Okay, gonna start to lay mines behind the enemy territory, guys. It's gonna be a little bit tricky for Stork. He comes out of future goals, but he's actually ahead. So he's already backed up before that, and he will clear all of these mines. Can these vultures get inside the main? There's a Dragoon block it already, so he's doing good work to actually babysit the probe. As you can see on this map, it's so hard. It's so hard to protect this base and mine it and saturate it correctly, but Stock has done that. Behind this, we are seeing some turrets getting set up. Stock is going to be going for the second Reaver. Shadow with speed is not yet spent. He is not upgrading Shadow with speed. And as for, Royo has started with the +1 weapons on the tanks. Wall Gateway coming up from Stock. This is Vulture checking for the backside, an Observer checking for the middle area, and there's going to be more Dragoons moving out. Where's the Shadow and Reaver? Am I missing it? Is it? Okay, there it is. It's sitting back here trying to block the area, and Vulture's going to try and coming out looking for other areas to attack at some point in the future. Stock, I think, now has got a good contentment. The number of tanks is quite light at the expansion, man. Vultures might try to glitch themselves. No, it doesn't work. And they will back up. And the Shadow is going to come out to clear the rest of the Vultures, so that's good. Stock is controlling this middle area. This is very delicate timing here for both of these players. Oh my god, Vultures might get trapped. Exactly, they have nowhere to run. I guess they do have a place to run that is outside here. But Stock is not stopping that possibility. He's backing up with some of the Dragoons to block these Vultures. These Vultures are damaged but not yet fully destroyed. So both the players are just playing very meticulously, waiting for the right angles to strike here. What kind of upgrade is Stock going for? He's finally going for Shadow with speed, and for I keep on saying flash. I've been casting so many flashes game. Roy's going to be going for +1 weapons. Still about to complete soon. Stock is doing a very good job at clearing the mines. It takes a lot of effort and concentration to clear the mines, man. There's going to be another Vulture. He's looking forward to snipe any kind of probe to come out for a fourth base. We're looking at a 9-minute model game, and stay tuned. The game has just barely started. We're going to be having more actions later. We have a scan finally from our friend Royo, and he sees a couple of gateways getting created. That is very much fine. These Vultures are still alive, but finally they will back up, and Stock has cleared the rest of these Vultures with his Reavers. As you can see, Stock's control and mechanics isn't bad. He is very smart. He's anticipating what the other players is doing. He's positioning his troops in the right location. He doesn't actually do some fancy crazy ass micro, like mini and sometimes like snow. He just does the bare minimum to get the job done, but now he's going to have to do more than the bare minimum because his Vulture will stop the fourth base from coming up. Looks like we are going to be seeing a move now. The Observer will get pushed back. There it is. This Observer will get sniped. Okay, not yet. A Shadow. Ah! A Shadow was about to die there, but the Reaver will take a couple of shots. Good shot to kill one Goliath. This probe cannot see the Vulture. He does see the Vulture. Wow. He does see the Vultures, and the Vulture is not seeing him. Very interesting. I think the Dragoons will come out to clear now. And Stock, as you can see, has has at least always one step ahead of the game here. Stock leading by about 430 supply, but the next attack from Flash, just at the +1 kicks it, is gonna be devastating. Stock is gonna be very careful. I guess Zealot leg is not yet done. He's only going for weapons 1 right now. He's making a lot of Zealots, but I don't see Zealot leg. I don't see Zealot leg coming up, so Stork is gonna be super careful with his ground army because this push from Flash is looking, not from Flash, from Royo is looking very strong. Let me just show you the hotkey. So for Royo, his first hotkey is on the Vultures, second hotkey on the Goliath, third hotkey on the tank, fourth hotkey and fifth and sixth are on the factory, 8 is on the factory, 9 is on the factory, and 10 is on the scanner. That's what he's doing. The Reavers are doing great shot. Another shot could have been amazing to kill up as many Vultures as possible. But I guess now Royo is looking forward to expand. He will not push yet against his third base. Okay, that's fine. Of course, Observer is nicely positioned. We're going to be having Shadow and Shadow coming from the backside. There are a couple of turrets here. There's going to be a nice distraction from the front. There's going to be a scan from Royo. He has seen what exactly? He has seen a couple of activities, and there's going to be the Shadow flying through right now. There's one turret here, 2 turrets, 3 turrets in the main. There are a few more turrets, maybe. He will land what? He will land some Zealot. He will land a Reaver there. The Shadow's gonna have to hide because there's a floating building, but at the last minute, great Reaver shot. He will pick up the Reaver now just to buy some time, and that was not a very productive attack. It was able to clear a few things, but not exactly all of the things were destroyed. Great attack to get all of the Vultures destroyed. Now he can back up and actually land few more shots. He goes for it. The Reaver is very damaged. Gonna be very careful, but he clears out the rest of these Vultures, and now these areas once again is under stress. But Royo has returned to the front with the rest of his forces. So 3 bases for Terran versus 4 bases for Protoss. As you can see, Stork has forgone to saturate his new base. This is where there's the APM difference between a player like Stork and Mini starts to shine here. His APM has dropped to 260. Not exactly the high number you would call from a pro gamer. Of course, there are plenty of like amateurs who play at 400 APM, but they don't win against Stork. So of course, fair point, right? But Stork he's still not yet transferring his probes. Now he does. And he will expand towards his side. But Stork has got a nice ground army. Almost maxed out. Observer will get sniped. And the tank's actually not in the right location. Zealot's going to eat a lot of mine. They will actually splash the damage onto the tank. Crazy attack. The Shadow has got some Zealot landing here. Hydra is not casting any storm. Stork's not paying attention. He does cast 1 storm only. But his army has been largely depleted. But he does have a few more Great Storm. He got it back up now. Look at all of these Dragoons melting in the face of tank fire. That was kind of sad. I don't know what was the problem there. I guess these small differences in attention to detail really pay a difference. But the Stork has still got about a few Reavers remaining. I don't know how he still has a Reaver. They were not in the battle, but they would try to slow down, and that tank will eat once again the Reaver shot. Great attack. We have the next wave of Zealot coming through, and he will use the Zealot to tank the fire. The Reaver will take the shot from behind. Good micro. Stork micro isn't bad. He clears a few more tanks. He need to actually use more Zealot. He's using 3 Zealot at a time, and that's not bad. He goes for a few more shots. No, not successfully so. He's not going for... He does go for a great shot. He gets 1 more Goliath, and he will spend 3 Zealot at a time. His micro need to be the better, but now one of the Reavers has been sniped. And looks like there's just not enough. There's a Reaver getting sniped once again. 1 more tank has fallen. He will load up the Zealot, but he need more. He need more Reaver support and maybe some Hydra support. He will try to load everything, but the tanks are sieging up though. There's a Shadow who will land some stuff in the middle of the tank fire. There's a great storm that kills a few Vulture, but the reinforcement from Roy is looking very strong. The tanks are still alive, and Stork's army is largely depleted. I believe this is a problem with Stork's macro. He was not able to macro effectively during this entire battles, and this is why any kind of reinforcement he has is just so puny to attack. And he might decide to land a few more shots here. He's got some height. And why is he landing a height in the middle of everything? Because he did not manually select the item. He just lands some random stuff, but he will land a few more units here just to take the tank shot. The tanks have unsieged. They start to move forward now. I believe this might be the end of the battle. Stork has fought hard, but Royo has just won the engagement, and Stork is a bit too slow. We might have a mind drag. Stork need to be microing his individual Zealot here. The tanks are shelling. Great attack on the Dragoons to clear them out, and now the Zealot can get cleaned up by the Vultures. And Stork, any reinforcement he comes out from the low ground, which just eat a lot of mine. Need to actually drag anything onto these tanks. He's not able to drag them. And as you can see, the Reaver is not doing enough good shot, and that shot might... Okay, getting 3 tanks is not bad. He goes for another shot, but now the Goliath is targeting that Reaver on the backside. The Shadow is completely gone now. And it's going to be a nice mind drag. Though Stork is not. He would land a Shadow, and he would take 1 great shot. He will get 1 more tank. Not yet. Now he will get a tank. He will unland. And we take one final shot, and that's it. No, he's not able to do so. A second shadow, not able to do any kind of damage, and just reinforcement from the north side is just way ahead of Stork here. Stork running out of probes, running out of forces, running out of Zealot. Everything in this game has been won in favor of Royo. 140 supply, 193. Royo has not yet expanded, but he doesn't really need to expand right now. Upgrades are 1-1 for Royo. Stork has got 2, and he will lose his base. He would try to hold on. Maybe the game will still go on for a while. Does Stork have Dark Templar? Yeah, he's gonna have a few Dark Templar, but as you can see, Royo's got plenty of scanner. This one's got 128 energy, 42. That one's got 140. Is Stork going for a Storm Drop or what? A lot of forces coming out and more attacks coming through. There's a fourth base coming up. Stork can see it. He cannot stop it. There's gonna be some Zealot dropping. Not bad. Not bad. That will buy some time in. We might have another mine drop, but it looks like the vultures have cleared out the last of the mine. There's going to be having more Zealot dropping. Dragoon is buying some time, and the last bit, all of these poorly upgraded forces from Stork gets pushed back, and now he's on a low ground. The Reaver might take a few more shots, but it's gonna be tough. But you know, in this kind of gateway first, you know, on this rage, the tank will automatically target the gateway. So the Reaver just need to time itself correctly, but he's not doing that. You know, another pro gamer will actually be clearing these vultures very easily, because the tanks are always targeting the gateway. Oh, what, the core? If the core is gone, that's gonna be very tricky, and Stork doesn't have Observer to see this, and his shadow has been unpowered. His gateway is unpowered. His shadow is his robotics is unpowered. He will go here for a Reaver shot, not bad. And looks like there's no response whatsoever from Royo. It's gonna be a Zealot dragging the mine just to maximize the explosion. Great attack by Stork, of course. The king of, he is just so good with. Oh, he need to cancel all of these, man. That's a lot of money invested. He is not canceling. And he is not attacking. I guess he will come back with a shadow somewhere. I'm not so sure. There's a Zealot. And now, if the Robo die, that's gonna be a serious problem. He loses the Robo with a Reaver inside it. That's a lot of money spent, man. He need to actually come out and clear these areas, but not able to do so. And yeah, Royo has effectively won this game. Royo leading by 60 supply. Stork will try again at some other point in the future. We have a Dark Templar, but it's, of course, it's not very useful right now. Of course, you know, Stork, his wife is cheering for him. You know that, right? So you need to always play nice. Otherwise, you know, no dinner for you, Storky boy, from his wife, who is very beautiful. Do I have a photo? Do I have a photo? I think I may have a photo. I don't have his what? I don't have his photo. Weird. Anyways, let's get back to this game. Looks like Stork's got 3 Dragoons remaining. 3 Dragoons got the next fresh groups of Zealot, but this doesn't help. He's flying some stuff in the middle. He's got, okay, this is a nice attack. Reaver need to get picked up because it's gonna start to target, and the Reaver getting sniped is a big thing. That was a huge deal. That tank is very damaged. The Reaver, excuse me, that the Stalker is gonna target the various units here. He gets the vultures, and looks like no response whatsoever from Royo. This areas get cleared out, but looks like this entire area is gone. Stork is playing for the fame now. He just want to have dinner from his wife tonight. His wife says never give up, always push into the last minute, and the last minute it is. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.